53-man roster.
Yeah. See that? Hey, running back over here. He gave us plus some kid over there. For non-play.
Say what?
He gave us plus some kid over
Because he's a camp hero we all need and deserve.
Troubling times.
In these troubling times,
You got a Jody Fortson.
if we didn't have Jody Fortson, what would this camp be?
Yeah.
At least put stuff on the table for it.
He didn't practice. Nadi didn't practice, and then Tardif, hands healing well, but he didn't practice either. Everybody else was out here and going, and we'll see how it goes for the game. But that's what we're expecting. So unless something shows up, anyways, with that, time's yours.
What's any long-term problem you think with Frank? This is not a major thing.
No. Just job well done for what we needed to get done here. We got to keep going. I mean, it's not done here, but we've got to keep rolling. But their effort and attitude and everything was good, and I appreciated that, as did the coaches.
Coach, for the next season game.
We'll just split it up there.
Obviously, you're gonna have cuts coming this weekend. What advice would you give those players who you already know may make the 46? What advice would you give them to try to become the final seven or host of making?
Yeah, so I tell them right at the beginning, don't count the numbers in the line. Just go, do your best. And that's really, to answer that question, go do your best. You don't have to overdo it. You have an opportunity to play, get on tape. So if you don't make it here, you might make it somewhere else.
Just to follow up on that, obviously you're gonna play starters, probably the first, second, the second, third. Those that are on the 14, again, it becomes a number and obviously an opportunity. How do they, kind of get into that lineup, later on?
Yeah, so the basics. So understand the scheme.
About this camp with, he's behind line, not getting some off.
Yeah, so I think he's more comfortable with the scheme, so he can play faster. So you get to see his athletic ability out here and making plays, and that's important. And you just got to stay on top of it. He's young. You just have to stay on top of it. Spags, it's a complicated defense, and but if you stay on top of it, you're going to be good.
With regard to Larry and also Kyle Long, are those guys anywhere close to getting back to top?
Yeah, so Larry's doing. Both of them are doing well. They're healing up fast. You got to be a little cautious with both of them with the injuries that they had. So, but they're both doing very well. and Larry's is more of a healing, bone healing. So, but that part's doing well, and then Kyle, had a major surgery there, so that's he's doing well too. So he's moving around. He's jogged a little bit, and that's a good thing.
A couple more guys. Andy, how do you feel he's settling into that position as camp has progressed? He's probably had a full training camp.
Yeah, I think it's great for him to get in. He came in good shape. I mentioned that before, and that's helped him. So where he can actually play and not be so fatigued that he can't function mentally.
Andy, you said you're in mass. We thought this COVID thing was going away. Your players are going back home. What's your message to them about staying safe and being smart?
Yeah. So even though we've had shots, you want to be cautious with what you do, but they still got to live their life, the best they can. But be smart. And I know these guys. They talk to their families and they tell me, hey, "You come here, you better be vaccinated," and that type of thing. So, which isn't always an easy thing to do with family and friends, but the guys have been good with that. So.
Last one, Nate. And on top of that, did the vaccination percentage go up at all during camp? And just to clarify, did you say Kyle did have surgery on his knee?
Yeah.
Did the vaccination numbers change at all from the start of camp to where we are now in terms of?
Yeah, we've had one more do it than what we had before. Yeah, but I mean we were right there at the top. Yeah. So.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Good. Let me just say one thing. We appreciate the people here. They did a great job, which they've always done, and we just appreciate the hospitality that the St. Joe, the city, and Missouri Western State University has given us, and I'm sure you guys feel the same way. It's a nice setup. So thank you.
He's got an appreciation for the
Look at the first full training camp with the team. How do you feel like you're settling in the position to play on?
I feel good. Excited to be back out here. Excited to be finally done and get back to playing games. But I feel real good. It was good to be back.
Do you feel like you're back in game shape now?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm back and I feel healthy, feel good. So everything's good.
How do you feel the offensive line has come together in camp?
Oh, we've come together fast and a lot. We've got a ways to go, but we're doing it. Be more firm on pass protection and just being more of a mauler on the run block.
I know it's something you know a lot, but settling into that right tackling position, how does that just kind of that adjustment been for you? And do you feel more and more comfortable playing with the ones now?
Oh, yeah, I feel way more comfortable. The communication is very clear, so I know exactly what I need to do. Not too much selling just because I've been a right tackle.
What has Creed shown you as far as being a communicator and making sure that you guys are on the same
A
page?
lot of maturity, honestly. Think he's a rookie center. He's new. You're gonna be hesitant to make calls or something, but he gets everybody on the right page like he's been here.
This has just been your first taste of the NFL. I mean, what's kind of been your impression? I mean, as expected or any surprises at all?
Fun as expected so far, but it was only preseason. But I'm enjoying myself out there. It's good to be back.
You mentioned on preseason that I assume some veterans have told you it picks up in the regular season. What's sort of any advice there?
Just keep doing what I do. I mean, I'm not gonna change anything depending on who I'm playing. So.
When you talk about Palmer, offensive line, you all look like some big hogs. How aggressive and what type of mean streak do you feel like you're going to need? Especially first game going up against the and Cloudy and Miles Garrett.
I just think it's important for us to set the tone. Come out first play and smash them. They're not gonna like that, and if you keep doing it, they're gonna break down.
Anything else? All right, thanks, Lucas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How you guys doing?
What? Just Lucas going out there. You've had a lot of chances to go up against him here in camp. What's he like? What stands out to him?
He's handled it well. Remmers went down and they brought him in and he didn't miss a beat. It's a lot of new faces on the offensive line and I think they've been meshing well so far at this camp and I continue to build off of that. We got a lot of competition amongst the O-line and D-line and I think it's competing every day. We're getting and challenging each other. And so it's getting us better as a team.
Chris, you got a chance, first game obviously played a different position. What do you see on the film that you hope you'll be able to improve on going into the next season game as you go into the season?
Well, just a lot of things. Technique. You can always get better at technique. I'm in a new position, so it's more so of a learning phase to me now. Defensive end, I haven't played it since I've been in college, so just the whole position swap has been a learning phase to me, and the play call is a little different for me, having to drop and having to understand offensive formations to react off of different plays. So still learning.
How would you grade yourself? How would you grade it?
Well, it's still early. It's still training camp, you know what I mean? So I'll just try to grade myself after the season, and we'll see how it goes.
Coach Daly just talked about setting the edge, and obviously that's sort of a new responsibility with this new position. Can you just talk about that adjustment?
Well, defensive end is a little different because you're more so on the island yourself. It's just you and the tackle, and you have so much space in between you and the next guy on the field. So it's a little different, but I like it. It's not that bad.
Chris, considering how the Super Bowl went, it was a tough night, how good did it feel? What was going through your mind when you were able to break through for that first preseason sack last game?
Well, listen, man, I've been eager to get back on the field and hit somebody else other than Pat Mahomes in the freaking offense. You know what I mean? Because Coach Reed play calling is far-fetched. Running string boots and you might come back with a jab duel is different. So to be able to play somebody that's regular, it's fun. Yeah.
How much of an advantage do you think is going to be from, you are lighting up the edge and you now shift inside and all of a sudden you're giving them a different look? How is that going to play to your advantage?
I think both positions will offer advantage for the defensive line. We can scheme up offenses. We can find great matchups on the inside or outside, and I can be able to play off of that. And bringing Jay Reed in has been a great acquisition to our defensive line. He's a stellar guy, and we're trying to work off each other.
First one-on-ones, you've had opportunities it seems like to work against Trey Smith whenever you're sliding inside. What have been your impressions of how he handles blocking, especially against you?
The rookie is a stud. Just continue to get 1% better every day, and I'm going to continue to compete at a high level, and we do that. We continue to compete, continue to get better, and we'll try to bring it on throughout the season.
Chris, when you do those one-on-one drills with those guys, I see you winning a lot of those one-on-ones, but then afterward, what are you trying to do? Trying to teach them some things that, okay, some guys might do this, some guys might do this, what you've heard around the NFL, how to help them out?
Well, it's more so about understanding. Trey, he's young, and getting some knowledge. You know what I mean? Because you can learn from anyone. I always try to understand how he want to set me how I come off, because I'm looking at it from his perspective, and I also give him my perspective on it. And talking to Joe Thuney, who's been an All-Pro in this league, on how he sets and what make him set like this, just trying to learn off each other, man.
Chris, do you feel you guys have done everything you wanted to accomplish here in Joe? You must be ready to get back to your own bed.
Listen, I think St. Joe has been amazing to us, but I think it's about time for my own house. You know what I mean? I love the dorms. Amazing program that they're running here. The faculty staff in the cafeteria has been amazing. The people around the facility has been amazing, and I appreciate Missouri Western for giving us the opportunity to come back. It's been, 2 or 3 years since we had the opportunity to come back. But I think it's about time for us to get back to KC.
Chris, I just wanted to ask you about Turk Ward. What are your impressions of the growth he's had from year 1 to year 2?
He's took a huge step forward, and that's what we need on this defensive line. Dealing with a lot of young guys, we need a lot of young guys to step up and overachieve their ability. So Turk is one of those guys. Colin Sanders, the list continue to go on. So we need guys like that not only to step up during training camp, but continue throughout the season. We can be a dominant group up front.
I know you talked about you have played this college, but who have you watching your contemporaries that you've learned, that you're trying to take some things away from in this new position? And then also by doing that, you talked about, giving some advice to, some of the players. Who have you picked up stuff from in the off season, and then how have you shared that with the teammates who they're going to go against the season?
Well, I started right here with the Chiefs. We got one of the best DNs in the league, Frank Clark, and I start with him, talk to him about it. He teaches me a lot. We talk a lot. We're very close. And I look at J.J. Watt, of course, and Cam Jordan, guys who have succeeded in this league and excelled at the position. Look at Myles Garrett, just a few of the guys that I also pay attention to. But I'm also still paying attention to the D tackles, because I will be transitioning amongst defensive line.
Last one. Well, I got to ask quickly. Tennis balls, you going to juggle? You got some tricks here?
Oh, no, listen, man. I was just over there throwing them over to the fans, just having fun.
Do you feel like this time up here in the dorms and separated away from last year's camp, has this been more productive than what you guys did last year? I know those were tough circumstances getting through camp last year.
Well, it's two different opinions about that, because last year we didn't have a preseason game, and I think it was okay. But this time right here, to be able to get away from everything and actually spend 2 weeks and bond with your teammates, become closer as a team, especially dealing with a lot of new faces on this team, I think it was great for us to build that chemistry amongst the locker room and also on the field. When you have to spend 17 to 18 days together, you find out a lot about each other, So I found out the first day about Jay Reed. He had a Royal Rumble, and, it was okay. It's okay. The fire department got called in the dorm, and toilet exploded. It's all good, though. It's all good.
Right,
Y'all take care.
You guys are ready?
Willie, comparing this time around last year to now, how much further do you feel like you've come as far as defense scheme and just your development as a pro?
A long way. Like I tell everybody that asks, man, without OTAs last year, it was rough. It was rough. And, having it this year with training camp on top of a whole season, last year, I only can get better at this defense, at this scheme that we're running. So I definitely came a long way.
Coming out of the protocol, you feel perfectly fine now?
Oh, yeah, I'm good. Mm-hmm.
What excites you most, Willie, about, one, getting to play your quote-unquote first preseason game, but doing it next to a guy like Nick Bolton, and you guys sort of playing together for the first time?
Yeah, I'm excited, man, because, for one, I get to play with those guys again, and, I don't think I played in the game since, December when I got hurt, or early January, so to be able to get out there again, man, it's a blessing, I'm just thankful to be out there.
Willie, it looks like when you see some in practice, you communicating a lot more, getting more vocal on the field. Is that part of being comfortable?
Oh yeah, man. Every year, you get a little bit more comfortable than the last. So especially when you got the same scheme, same play calls, you can only, like I told them, you can only get better at what you're doing. So it's helping a lot.
Right. When you don't know the scheme as well as you want, exactly how it's holding you back on the field.
Oh yeah.
Just being in the wrong spot.
But when when you're trying to play a position, but at the same time you're thinking about what to do, you can't move as fast. You can't go, hit this gap as fast. You can't make a break on the ball as fast because you got to make sure you're doing everything exactly right. So that's what comes with not knowing it well, and because you're thinking before you even acting. So.
Willie, we asked the coaches yesterday about what they were looking for from each position and each player. What for you? What do you want to see in yourself and in your group this preseason game?
In myself, you say in myself and in my group.
Yourself and your group. What do you want to see?
Just fly around. I miss football so much, man. Like I told the guys, I haven't played in a long time, so to be out there is, it's perfect for me. So I'm just gonna fly around and make plays as much as I can, and same with the group. I just want to see guys just having fun. Don't think too much on it. Don't think too much about, not messing up. Just go play ball and have fun. Enjoy the moment. So.
Really, Kevin, off what Sam was asking about, not knowing exactly what you were doing at points last year. Was that something you feel you were close enough where during the play maybe you didn't do something right and you knew right away, or was it something you were catching in film study later?
It just comes with doing it. You can watch film and study all day, but until you really in the fire, man, you got to get burned a couple times. Then you learn your lesson. You miss a couple tackles, miss a few assignments. Then you learn, okay, I got to do this next time. I got to do that. But it just comes with playing more and more.
Willie, I'm with Anthony Hitchens right now as far as the communication between you guys and ready to go.
I'm sorry, man. There's a lot going on.
No, it's okay. Where do you feel like you are as far as communication goes with Anthony Hitchens and being on the same page in the middle there?
Oh, like I said, every time somebody asks about Hitch, man, he's the leader of this defense. So to be able to play with him the second time, in 2 years, our bond has grown even stronger. So, whenever he tells me to do something, I'm doing it right away. Whenever we're communicating amongst each other, we understand each other. We know what to do and, how to do it when working with each other. So.
Would you say that that's like the number one thing as far as for a young linebacker? Ben Neiman said that communication is the number one thing.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because, if I can communicate, with the older guys, but more importantly, if they communicate with me as a younger guy, I know exactly what to do now because, he's been in this scheme a lot longer than I have. So I'm sure he knows my position and he is even better than I do. So.
What are your expectations for yourself this season?
Just be better than I was last season for sure, man. And, just like get better every week, kind of like I said, just be better than last year.
You seem pretty confident that you seem pretty confident in just being a better player at this point than you were last year. I'm wondering, at last year, is your confidence in yourself to play in this league wane at all, or do you just say, hey, as soon as I get the scheme, I will get there?
You asking about last year? Yeah. Oh yeah, last year, man. Like trying to learn a playbook, man. It takes a toll on you. You can't move, you can't play as fast, so you're thinking, and you're like, man, I don't think I'm ready, and just this year, I feel like I'm ready. I'm more than ready actually. So I'm gonna make a lot of plays this year. So.
You mentioned playing fast, and I know you logged like 200 plus snaps on special teams. How much did your time as a rookie playing on special teams help you learn to react faster? See a ball and without thinking, you know how to react.
Oh, that just comes natural, man. I just, just from playing football all my life, I see a ball, I'm going to get it. So, yeah.
So are you happy to
get a chance to play pretty much every position during camp, especially early on when Hitchens and Neiman were out. How much of that experience being able to move around different spots helped you, and where do you feel most comfortable in the linebacker?
Oh, I play the same position, man. I ain't moved nowhere. Sam's spot in the Will and Buck backer. So, yeah, I was the same position. I'm very comfortable, though. Yes, sir.
Are you glad? Are you packed, ready to go? Are you glad for the time you had here, but are you glad to?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely ready to get back to my dog Sosa. So yeah.
What kind of dog?
A Connie Corso. Yeah, you probably don't know what that is.
Coming into the season, we talked to you about blitzing and blitz packages and that opportunity. You were able to get the one sack, but how eager are you to get back to the quarterback?
I'm trying to get like 7 of them this year, man. So just taking advantage of every opportunity that I do have. Like last year I would blitz, like I said, with the scheme. Maybe I didn't know exactly where to blitz or whether or not to go under the back, over the running back, or just my angles maybe were off a little bit. So this year I'm exact and dead on, and I'm gonna get a couple of them this year. So
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Willie.